Konnichiwa, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, waifus and husbandos. Today, Smilegate just dropped a bomb introducing Chaos Zero Nightmare, one of my personal most anticipated games of the year. Here's a quick TLDR of what to expect. We're talking about the PvE game so far. I haven't heard anything about PvP. It's a gacha game with turn-based strategic combat, using cards and revolving around the roguelite genre. Not gonna lie, this was one of the best game presentations I've ever seen. It was super smooth, really analytical, and honestly it got me hyped. I actually caught myself getting goosebumps during a lot of parts in this video. Anyway, they broke the presentation into 5 parts, 5 chapters. In the first chapter, they introduce the story and set up how the game begins. Planets getting consumed by chaos, the start of the Chaos Zero project, and who the Protoss are. That's basically us, the players. So, what's cooking, brothers? Most of the presentation was led by Rinoa, who I'm guessing is going to be our guide, not just for this presentation, but also in-game. The second part, where all the real juice goes, features the devs themselves. Honestly, that's one of the best things a company can do, because transparency really stands out. Well, at least most of the time. All I'm saying is, when you actually see their faces, it's a good sign for the future of a game. We also got to see actual gameplay. The devs explained that the game will be divided into 2 main categories, the normal story mode and basically something like a challenge mode where you'll face stages that require more strategy. I'm guessing those are also the places where we'll be grinding and all that fun stuff, but let's take a closer look. Better to see it than to just hear about it, right?
Effectively using your cards is the key to mastering the gameplay. For example, if you play a card that gives you an extra attack, you can follow it up with your most powerful card to land a massive blow. As the Protoss, you'll be able to lead your team using whatever strategies you think are most effective in the heat of battle. You'll need to combine your character's unique and powerful skills to overcome a wide variety of challenges that lie ahead. The second mode is Chaos Missions. The combat system in Chaos Missions is built around dungeon exploration, offering near infinite possibilities. Each run can be as short as 5 minutes or stretch well beyond 15 minutes. You'll be diving into the mysterious depths of the chaos, taking on high-risk missions. When you begin a chaos mission, you'll start your run with your character's basic starter deck. But as you battle your way through, your characters rapidly unlock their potential and grow stronger. You'll discover new skills at random or gain additional effects on existing ones. As you continue this process, you'll eventually unlock powerful upgrades known as fates, which help your build. All of this happens during combat, so you'll experience the effects right away. It's not just about getting stronger. If you combine new abilities with your existing cards strategically, you can unlock even more powerful and synergistic plays. At the end of each Chaos mission, regardless of success or failure, you'll carry over part of your growth from the expedition as save data. And with this save data, players can carry over their progress and use it directly in story mode and various instant battles. In other words, the 2 gameplay modes complement each other. Playing Chaos Missions is a highly effective way to farm resources and prepare for fast-paced instant battles.
Continuing on, there's another key element that sets CZN apart. Hello, I'm Choi Sung-hyun, and I'm here to go through the mental breakdown system with you. The deeper agents venture into the chaos, the longer they stay, and the more damage they take in battle, the more their stress builds. Once it crosses a certain threshold, they enter a critical state of trauma, what we call mental breakdown. Dependent on each character's personal traumas, they suffer different types of mental breakdowns. A character in a state of mental breakdown suffers penalties when using their cards. That said, there are ways to embrace these mental breakdowns and even turn them to your advantage. By timing it right, you can take advantage of a mental breakdown, since the cost of awakening skills drops significantly when recovering from one. Since awakening skills are the most powerful abilities in the game, just remember, sometimes a mental breakdown can turn a crisis into a comeback, depending on how you play it. In addition to growth through combat mentioned earlier, CZN offers a variety of progression systems like leveling up, promotion, and transcendence, allowing you to fully enjoy the core fun of growing and managing your characters.
In the third part, we got another face reveal from the team. This time he introduced the story in more detail, all the available planets, the corrupted ones, the refuge planets and so on. It was another deep dive into the game's lore. Seriously, I felt like I was on a guided tour through the universe. Everything I saw in this showcase really impressed me. I especially liked the sound of the UI and the animations. They didn't actually mention anything about the sound, but honestly this game has some amazing audio as well. Looking ahead to Chapter 4, another team member stepped up and explained how deeply they've dived into the 2D graphics and the effort they've put in to basically bring the whole environment to life. They also showcased the characters, or should I say the agents. That's what they're called in this game in CZN. Sadly, we only got to see 3 of these agents. They went into a lot of detail about every single aspect of these characters, even explaining why they chose certain appearances. Now, I've studied graphic design, right, for those who don't know, and honestly I found myself not even considering some of those perspectives they mentioned. If I ever picked up a pen to draw a character for this game, I probably wouldn't have thought about half of those details. But hey, who am I to judge? These guys are the pros.
But intentional design detail. Beryl isn't just about her cute looks. She's also warm-hearted and incredibly considerate. To reflect that in her design, we gave her a constant supply of chocolate bars to snack on and bandages to patch up her squad mates' injuries, all neatly tucked into her ammo pouches. These small details show her caring side beneath the tough.
And finally, they wrapped up the showcase by summarizing most of the key points they've mentioned. Plus, they announced that pre-registration for this game is open as of today, July 9th. We don't have an official release date yet, but since pre-registration is live, I'm guessing it's just around the corner. One really important thing, they also talked about the game's lifespan. Chaos Zero Nightmare will be based on seasons, and with every new season we'll get to experience different content, make new combinations with our agents, and I'm assuming with the cards too, beyond just the standard progression system. This is something fresh for the market, and honestly, it opens the door for tons of builds. Diversity is something that's been missing lately, especially in turn-based strategy gacha games. There's always a meta, right? So it's nice to see a game finally shaking things up. One more thing, there are some special events running right now until the official launch, so you can actually grab some extra rewards before the game even drops. I might make a separate video just for that, since I'm honestly pretty hooked on the game already. So if you are into Chaos Zero Nightmare 2, make sure to subscribe to the channel because we're about to dive into this game like absolute maniacs. Thanks for watching, and until next time, see ya!
Chaos Zero Nightmare